Hi and welcome to day 32 of 101 Days of Winter. Let's get to today's t-shirt. Property and Grifball shirt. And it has my username printed on the back. So yes. Today's embarrassing story isn't so much of an embarrassing story, it's more of a funnier story, I guess. It's still a tiny bit embarrassing. Back in, I'd have to think it was either really late 90s, early 2000s. Yep, it was around 2000, 2001. And I had a sex dream about Avril Lavigne. And just before I'm about to give her the old what for, Ray's mother rings on my home phone and wakes me up. And I absolutely cracked the shits because I have very, very, very rare sex dreams. My dreams are usually dark and depressing. But this one was a nice sex dream about Avril, and she was getting her gear off. And then to be woken up by Ray's mum really fucking sucked. And it was pretty early in the morning. It was early for a teenager's perspective, which is anything above noon. But yeah, I woke up and straight away my action was, oh, for fuck's sake, I was having a sex dream about Avril. Let me go back to fucking sleep. And I tried to go back up to sleep after that, but the dream that I ended up having was not with Avril. Sad face. But yes, that's today's interesting story, I guess. I think everybody had a laugh because they've never seen me react that way before, but it's just everybody's parents are always constantly ringing early in the fucking morning just because we had a sleepover. Just because it was easy to hang at somebody's places rather than go back and forth. And usually the parents would be like, alright, he's away, yay. But weird parents. Anyways, that's it for the story. So today's movie is In Bruges. Well, what can I say about this movie? It's a perfect blend of dark comedy and action, I guess. I'm a bit of a Colin Farrell fan, as most people know. So this movie was gold for me, and the inanimate abject line, your kids are cunts lines, the Vietnamese part, anything to do with the smallish person, especially with these hookers. Great movie. Definitely slow, but all the payoffs are pretty freaking good. I like to think that most people have seen this movie, but they probably haven't. But it's a very good movie, and if you haven't seen it, go download In Bruges. You'll laugh yourself silly, and you'll probably actually care about these characters a lot. But yeah, In Bruges. Check it out. One of the other things I was asked to talk about is, I just picked a topic from the list. Most hated actor. I'm not sure I hate actors. However, there are two actors that come to mind that I really don't like. in their portrayals, their stand-up comedian things they do, and just not really a fan. Don't know if I hate them, but I steer clear of them. And those two are Jason Schwartzman and Zach Galifianakis. That's probably not how you pronounce his last name, but this is how much I care. Really can't stand them two. One of them's always in the Wes Anderson films. The other one's supposed to be this weird kind of... He's not funny. Zach is not funny. His stand-up is shit. The portrayals he plays in I fucking hate the Hangover movies. And then Due Date, I had to fast forward a lot of that because it's just... I don't like him. Or even Robert Downey Jr. couldn't save that movie for me. But I don't really hate them, it's just that I don't like the way they... I don't like how they're... I don't like the characters they portray that well. Jason Schwartzman was fine in Scott Pilgrim. He's been fine in a couple of things where Zach Galifianakis has only ever been fine in True Calling, to be honest. I hate Between Two Ferns, it's not funny. I don't find anything that he does funny. I didn't mind him in True Calling because he played a more serious character. Still weird character, but still, it was a serious character. But yeah, I don't really hate actors. I hate directors and I hate writers. But actors are just a face. That's my dinosaur. My donut dinosaur. I killed him. I ripped him in half. Om nom nom nom. So I've spent most of the day watching TV with Mum. Yes, I haven't been up to much. Later I'll be making dinner while high. So that should be fun. Hopefully don't stuff it up. Sometimes I've stuffed it up. Sometimes I've made just like... Whoa, kind of meal, so let's hoping it's the latter. Bought tickets to a few shows. Proto Men, Melbourne show and a Sydney show. Going with Mason to the Sydney show and going by myself to the Melbourne show. It's after Liverpool, so I'll be going straight from Liverpool to the concert. I think it should be fun. They're playing Act 2 from start to finish, so because that's the album I really, really, really like. So that's going to be a great fucking show. Hopefully, going to get a taxi from when he goes. Because I know I've already lined out how to walk there, so I know what to do. Ben has to turn right because we're on that street that the hotel's on, and I'll turn left, and then I have to turn right in in about 100 metres, and then after I turn that right, so I go left, then right, then it's about a K up the road. Might be two. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's going to be fun, and yes, looking forward to that. Should be a good show. So that's the pan. It's got a lot of butter and a couple of spices already in there, and then now I'm going to cook some of the onions. Alright, that's the onions with my sauce concoction that I've made specifically for this steak. And there's the steak. As you might be able to tell, I've cut the fat. When you cut the fat like that, it's much easier to remove the fat after it's cooked, so you're not eating the fat. Now, there's already, as I said, spices in the pan, but I'm just going to now add the pepper to this, very peppery, because I don't like to put the pepper on after the meat is cooked. Alright, and that's how it looks like it's turned after it's turned. The noise is coming from that, and obviously the cooking. And now I'm going to turn on the other fan. Back to cooking. Alright, that's my meal. The light is on here pretty thick. So that's my steak, that's baked potatoes, that's mashed potatoes, that's my sandwich. Alright, that's my steak cut. I like to cut it first. And that's the perfect kind of just a touch pink, even though it might come up a little bit more on this screen. It's just a touch pink. Just a touch. So it's medium well. Yeah. And that's with the baked potatoes. So yeah, now I'm eating. Watching Craig Ferguson. Love TV Craig Ferguson. And yes, this is probably not an attractive sight, but I don't care. This is delicious. Nom nom nom. So that's it for me now. I'm going to finish this. Yeah. Hope you've had a good day. I know I have. See you tomorrow.